may argue with me and say I'm not spiritual because I'm not doing this and that. Being a spiritual person doesn't mean you need to fast. Being a spiritual person doesn't mean you need to do a certain prayer, a certain incantation, or being a pastor, or having a Bible, or being in the mosque, or having a Quran, or being part of a certain religion, of being a Buddhist, or being a guru that makes you spiritual. No, you are spiritual without those things. Let me explain. You are not human because you have clothes. You have been human, you are born without clothes. So being a human doesn't mean having a cloth. It's clothes, oh, Lord have mercy. It's clothes that is part of you making them to cover you. You didn't make clothes to make you. Clothes are made by you for a certain thing. Clothes doesn't make you human. You are human, this is why you need clothes. You understand? You are human, this is why you need house. You are human, this is why you need food. You are human, this is why you need this. And those things doesn't make you human. Let me explain. You are spiritual, this is why you are fasting. You are spiritual, this is why you are praying. You are spiritual, this is why you are doing those things. And those things doesn't make you spiritual. Let me go again. You are prostitute, this is why you're wearing a short skirt. You are prostitute, this is why you are selling your body. Now, wearing short skirt doesn't make you a prostitute. You understand that? You are a soldier or a policeman. This is why you are wearing that uniform. But that uniform doesn't make you a soldier. You might give me that uniform and I walk on the streets. When I'll be stopped by the chief of police if they ask me my badge and I don't have that badge, which means I'm not a police, I'm not qualified, I will be arrested. Cloth doesn't make you. Uniform doesn't make you. You are. This is why you have them. So you are a spiritual person. You are you. You are not those things. So your value is not based on things. Your value is based on you. If you start looking yourself in the lens of man, your life will go astray. Let me explain to you. If let's go maybe by the value of a house. When you buy a house, regardless of how material expensive you have, regardless of how you build those material, your house have value because first of the location of the land. It's the land that gives the house the value. The material that you build your house with, the thing that you build your house with, in space of time, that value will decrease, but the land value will increase. You might build a million house in a village, and someone built a small house in a suburb. In terms of time, your house in the village, the value will decrease, and because the land value in the village has not much value and is gonna increase a little bit. But the guy with a small house in the suburb, his land value will increase. But those values are set by man. You understand? Your value is not set by money. Your value is not set by money. In fact, if you go to different countries, they have different currency, different money. In South Africa, they are using rand. In Zimbabwe, they are using their money. In Congo, they are using their money. The value of South African money is higher compared to those countries that I just named. But the value of South African money is less than Euros money. The Euros is more valuable than South African money. Dollars has value than South African money. And the pound has value than euro and then dollar. You understand that? By that I mean those money value are set by man, are not set by the creator. So if certain country, a certain continent, they have a certain money, and that money they set their values, which means men set value on things that they made. Same way, according to the house. The house is value according men's evaluation. And men also came together. They say, this land is more valuable. This location, it's more valuable compared to that location because they believe it's a suburb, is this and that. You understand that? But those values are set by men. Your value is not set by things. You mustn't set yourself according to the value of things. You are not set by things. Your value is not set by things. When I mean it's not set by things, you cannot walk stressed. You cannot walk defeated. You cannot walk like a dead person. You cannot walk unhappy because of things. Your mood mustn't depend on things. You must set yourself free from things because things that you see are set by man. Those things, man acquires them. Those things, man acquires them and they set the value on top of it. So when you don't have them, you don't need to walk defeated because you don't have a house. Your happiness mustn't depend on things. Your mood mustn't be set on things. Your mood must be set by the Creator. Your mood must be set by yourself. You need to wake up and walk. You need to wake up happy. You need to walk happy. You need to smile regardless you are broke. Regardless your mind tells you, what you see tells you you don't have money. Regardless your situation tells you you have nothing. That mustn't determine your mood because your mood is just a situation. It's a value-based man. You are a value-based by God. You mustn't let this thing set you according to man understanding. Do not let any man determine your value because you are not made by man. Man can set a value of a phone. Man can set a value of a computer. Men can set a value of the table. Men can set a value of a camera. Men can set a value of a house, but they cannot set your value. You know why? Because you are not made by them. Even if those people that kidnap and kill and sell human parts, human organs, they set men's part of a certain price. You are more valuable than that. If they are selling a human heart, they sell it so expensive compared to a certain house. But I'm telling you, your value is not set by man. So do not think you are nothing because someone tells you you are nothing. No, you are not nothing because of people. You are somebody because of yourself. As long as you are alive, you are somebody. You have value. Do not set your mood value. Do not set your mood day because of things that men made. Men determine what they made. Your value is not based on a diploma. A man make a diploma according to certain criteria. If you go to school, you get this. But the Creator never made a diploma to determine your value. You understand that? Your value is not diploma based because the day you will die, that diploma will never follow you to the grave. Your value is not determined by a house because the day you die, that house will never follow you. Though your value is not determined by a car because the day you die, that car will never follow you. Your value is determined by your Creator. And the Creator, when He created you, oh Lord of mercy, let me explain to you. When a man look at things, men look at the external. They look at you, they see, they want to calculate how much and what did you accomplish in your life, and they say it's value-based. But when God or the Creator, the spiritual, look at you, they don't look at how much you accomplished. They don't look at how much you did. They look at how much potential you have inside of you that you are able to release. The difference between you and the person that you consider is more than you. It's that difference That difference, it is made by unlocking, by releasing the potential, by understanding the potential. You might not understand your potential. It's not your fault because you are not in a proper environment. You have something inside of you. You just need to be in a proper environment so you can learn how to unlock your potential. There are people that are there that can help you to unlock your potential. Like us, we are here to help you to unlock your potential. The value that you have inside of you is so high, is not seen by man. Let me speak because I want to tell you, men, they only see things according to the external and they only judge according to the external. Let's go, for example, when they go to a tomb, let's say of a Queen Elizabeth, they will see a beautiful tomb and they will praise that beautiful tomb. They say, this is a very beautiful tomb. It's expensive, this and that and that. It's so expensive. But what they don't see, Queen Elizabeth, she's rotten inside. She's just bone inside. They can't even go and sit with the skeleton of a certain king that they are praising the tomb. They can't even go and praise the skeleton of a certain man that is there in the tomb because they can only see the outside. They don't see inside. It doesn't matter what man sees. They might see you nothing, but your inside, you carry value. You carry value. Let me explain to you this value again. Lord have mercy. Are you with me? Can you hear me? If you take a dead lion and a living pit bull together, you put them in different houses, and you put a dead lion in the house, when someone is walking in that house, he will not be afraid because he can see that dead lion has no more power. That dead lion will never intimidate him again. That dead lion will do nothing to them. Regardless, the lion has been a legend. But now, as lion dead, that lion has no power, has no value to them. Let me explain to you. A dog, that pit bull, who cannot be compared to a lion, but because the pit bull is a living thing, that pit bull has value than the lion. Let me explain. I came to tell someone today, you have value than Queen Elizabeth. She's dead. She cannot influence people anymore. She cannot taste the food anymore. She doesn't have this breath on her nostril anymore. She cannot walk anymore. Regardless, a tomb, it's covered up with gold, with silver, whatever, but she's not valuable anymore. You must know, as long as you are alive, you are valuable. You have value inside of you. Don't be lied by man. Don't be dependent on man intimidation. Don't be dependent on man's set value. They say to you, you are not valuable because you don't have a diploma. The one who has a diploma, the one who was the cleverest one, the one who was the powerful one, they die and they left their diploma. That diploma never give them resurrection. That diploma never took them to the tomb and buried them. That diploma will never come and cut the grass of the tomb. That diploma will never come and paint the tomb. That diploma will never come and do anything. In fact, diploma doesn't pay bills. You are the one who pay bills. Let me explain to you. Your value do not let men set your value because of a certain paper, because of a certain qualification. You might learn skills. You might not know the skills. As long as you believe that you are valuable. This is most important thing. I came to tell someone today, do not let what man-made value determine your life. Do not let money determine your value. Money was made by man. Regardless your situation, do not let these things control you. Do not let these things drive you. You must acknowledge that you are so valuable than that piece of paper. One day men sat down, they says, we want to do trade, and let us create something that will facilitate a trade. They created money, and money is not made by the creator. creator. Money is made by man, and the value of money it's set by market. It's men who determine the value. They even created what you call a digital money. They call it Bitcoin. They even determine the value of the Bitcoin. But one thing for sure they are doing to you is killing your value and telling you you are nothing. Oh, you are nothing, and that Bitcoin has more value, and that Bitcoin is the one that gives you value. Mans, they are liars. Your value is not determined by Bitcoin. Your value is not determined of how much houses you have. Your value is not determined of how many cars you have. In fact, that car that you have, that you bought 10 years ago, it was the most expensive car, but today the value has decreased because man made it. Few years ago, you might buy an iPhone. I remember one day in 11 or 12, I bought iPhone 4. It was the most powerful phone that time. And when I bought it, and I was having the most expensive phone in my hands, it was so expensive. But guess what? A few years later, today in 2023, the iPhone 4 has no value, The value decreased. What men made, the value will decrease. Why? Because men will make the best of it again. Men want to tell you, this is so valuable today. After few days, months, few years, he's going to make a new one and say, this is too powerful, that what you have is old. They're going to increase potential on the new one. They're going to do things that they saw that they're going to improve. They're going to improve their market because they want to make money. They want you to bring your money. They want to empty your pocket. They're going to see, oh, this is iPhone 4. How are we going to make iPhone 5, iPhone 6, iPhone 7, iPhone 8, iPhone 14 today? Because they want your money. And when they are making a new iPhone, the old one value decrease. I came to tell someone today, regardless of a new baby that is born, your value will never decrease because you are not made by man. Regardless of how many babies are born, your value will never decrease because you are not made by man. In fact, man value increase the more they grow. Babies, they are not too valuable than the one who's 25-year-old. If I'm a father and my children right now, I'm too valuable compared to them because of what? I feed them, I take care of them, I nourish them, I help them to grow because I've been grown. You understand that the more you grow, the more you get value. You are like a wine. The more the wine spend years in living, the wine becomes more valuable. Lord have mercy. I came to tell you, do not let man determine value. Do not let things set your value up. You set things value. Not the opposite way. You are the one who set the value of things, not the opposite way. Do not let that job make you valuable. Do not let that house tell you that you are valuable. No, tell the job, I am the one who's acquiring you. I am the one that makes you. Without me, that job will never be there. This is why evil men, they are making robots. They want to make you feel useless. This is why human now, they are making things to replace humans' activity because they are the one who created those activity and they want to replace those activity. If you depend on humans' activity made by man, you're going to cry because your value decline. But if you are depending on godly, on divine resource, oh my God, on the divine resource, your value will never decrease. Your value will never decrease. Even if that price goes up to the roof, you're going to stand on your ground because your value is not depending on the price of the petrol. You are not a petrol. You are not depending on petrol. You're depending on the Creator, the one who make you. Your maker knows your value is not on those things. Don't be so negative about yourself because you don't have things. Your value are not made by things. When you're walking, don't walk sad. When you walk sad, when you walk defeated, when you walk disappointed, people look at you, they will pity you. Man will never change your life. Even if you acquire their pity, do not look for man's pity because man will not change your life. Let me explain a story in the Bible. There was a guy, he was a blind. His name was Bartimaeus. That guy was begging every day on the street and the corner. He had his mantle that was there for people to see his situation in his condition, that they can have pity of him. But one day, a day came that man heard that Yeshua HaMashiach was passing by. When he heard, he asked them, who's passing? They say Yeshua HaMashiach, the healer, the powerful man, the prophet, this and that. He just said to himself, this is the Messiah. This is the son of David. The man said, son of David, have mercy on me. People try to shut him down. People try to slow him down. People try to disappoint him. They say he's not going to hear you. He's not hearing you. He's so busy. He's so crowded. The man say, I'll keep on shouting. He keep on shouting, have mercy. And Yeshua turned by and says, who's calling my name? And Bartimaeus came to him and says, son of David, have mercy. He asked him a question. What do you want me to do for you? He said, I want to see again. I want to see again. Guess what? That man walked back to his home. He took his mantle. He threw it away. It's that time he saw my mantle was dirty. It's that time he saw my life was finished. My life was dead. And he said, I will follow this man. He helped me to see, to recover my sight. Man couldn't help him. Men, when they were looking at him, they can give him peanuts. They can give him small things. They can have food in his house. You may cry to me. I might help you. I might give you food. I might give you something. But I won't help you. I won't change your life. But the person that can change your life is the Creator himself. But the Creator will talk to us to tell you, do not spend time by acquiring man's mercy, because man's mercy will never change you. But the Lord's mercy is the only thing that will change you. I'm not telling you you must close your hands and always crying Lord's mercy. No, I'm just telling you, after crying Lord's mercy in your chamber, after crying for Lord's mercy in your room, stand up and smile. See value in you, because you are created by God. Oh, Lord of mercy. Let me explain. Oh, Lord of mercy. I bought this book. This book is 440 rand. This book is 440 rand. This book is 440 rand because the person who made it says my book has this value because he made it. Ask yourself your question. Why men determine your value? Who say you are not valuable? Because they never made you. If a man can make a book and determine the value of the book, why are they determining your value? Because they never make you. They never make you. Don't undermine yourself. You are so valuable because you are created by the Creator. The Creator never created you to be a spectator. The Creator created you to be a player in this world. Every player has a role to play. You have a role to fulfill in this world. You mustn't look at yourself as nothing. The more you look at yourself as nothing, it's because people told you to look at yourself like that. And I came to tell you, change the perspective of your look. Change your perspective of yourself. Even if you don't have clothes, make them clean. Wash them. Stand up clean. Smell nice. Don't look like a beggar. Don't smell like a beggar. They might look at you. They see that you don't have clothes, but inside of you, you have things. They might look at you. They see that you are nothing because they are man. They're looking at the external. But God, the Creator, even the spiritual, they look at the internal. When the devil, when there is angels, when demons look at you, they don't look at you as you see yourself. They see what potential, what power, what insight is inside of you. What are you carrying? Look at you, see you have value. Things are coming. Let me explain to you. When you see a land or someone that they have petrol, Men will dig that place to take petrol, and they want to sell the petrol to you, and they set the price of the petrol. They even kill people because they want to get the petrol. They see the petrol is more valuable than you. When they come to Africa, they go to the mine of Africa. They kill people. They destroy nations because they want what? The minerals of that country. They destroy the entire nation because they want the profit of that mineral. They don't see the value on man. Oh, Lord have mercy. Men have been telling you all along that diamond is more value than you. Men have been telling you all along that petrol has more value than you. Men have been telling you all along that this one has more value than you. Lord have mercy. I came to tell someone, you no need to know. Men set value on those things, not the Creator, not you. Look at me. The scripture says, what it's elevated by man, it's an abomination to the Lord. You mustn't consider what men consider. Consider what the Lord consider. Today, men are elevating social media. Men, they only listen to people that have told them those people are powerful because they've been elevated by man. I came to tell you that a man set value social rank, but the Lord himself, the Creator, never set it on you. You have value regardless of having that thing or not. You still have value because you are made by the Creator. You are not made by man. As long as men set value on things that they made, which means they don't need to set value on you. Listen to me today. Do not let your mood be affected by what man has said, because your mood is the most important thing. Don't live sad because man told you don't have this, because your mood is key for your success and your failure. Your mood determines how high you're going to reach. Your mood determines how low you're going to go. Your mood determines how much success you're going to have. Your mood determines how much failure you're going to have. Your mood is the most important thing that impact your life. Even if you don't have money, when someone says to you, how are you? Even if we don't have food in your house, even when someone asks you, how are things? You don't need to tell them it's bad. You don't need to tell them I'm not okay. You don't need it, because man will never change your situation. It doesn't cost you anything to have a good mood, to convince yourself that you are a conqueror. It doesn't cost you anything to convince yourself that the situation that you see will be changed by you. Doesn't cost you anything. Stand up and say, when they ask you, how are you? Even if you don't have food, you say, everything is okay. As long as you send that message to your heart, as long as you send that message to your believe, I'm telling you, your situation will be motivated by you. You don't need a motivational speaker. You need yourself to accept you are the first motivational speaker to yourself. Activate it. I want you to believe in what you are saying. Don't doubt it at all, because we got people who say things but they don't believe in it. I met pastors who are pastor but they don't have faith. I see them talking. A few days ago, I went to a certain church. I met a pastor. We were talking and I was proposing a business to him. The pastor starts telling me, oh, I can't make it. I said to him, why? And he says, my church members, most of them, they live in Grant. They are poor. But the pastor is a doctor. He's a doctor, a medical doctor. Can you imagine that? He's a medical doctor. He makes money. But he says, all my church members, they have no money. But I look at the church member and the service when I was there. He was asking money from them to bless the church. How can you do that? You say people don't have money, you're asking them money. Oh, Lord have mercy. Lord have mercy. Lord have mercy. He's asking them money. And people were busy giving him money. But this guy is a medical doctor. He's taking money from them. To me, he says, these people do not have money. They are suffering. This man automatically told me he has no faith in the God that is preaching. He has no faith in the ability of the same message that is preaching. How can I preach people that are poor and poor and poor and poor, and I know they are poor and I know their situation will never change, but I'm still preaching them. I'm still looting their finances. This is what is happening today in the world. Then I'll tell you, People have no faith even if they are preaching you. It doesn't mean if he's a pastor, he has faith, he has belief. You might be a pastor, you only have faith of the head. You only believe the scriptures in your head, but you don't believe the scripture in your heart. This is a topic, this is a teaching of another day. Let me explain to you. Believe everything that comes out of your mouth. It's more dangerous if you don't believe in them, because when you don't believe in them, you don't know the impact of the words that comes out of your mouth, because you were created to speak and to make things to come into creation. Everything that you speak out. If you say, I'm not well, which means you are creating a situation or not well, because you don't believe in your heart you are not well. As long as you don't believe inside of you, the core of your belief says you are not well, your life will never be well. But let me explain to you. I came to tell someone today, change your belief core. Change the way you see things. Change the perspective of your own life. Even things are not well, say it is well. Remember, if you are a Bible reader, there was a woman, that woman in Shunem. That woman was barren for many years. When she met the prophet, she was helping, she was taking care of the prophet. But one day the prophet came to her and says, you did good to me a lot. What can I do for you? The woman says, you say nothing. But one of the guy, the servant of the prophet, said to the prophet, this woman, we can see she doesn't have a child. The prophet said to her, that woman, listen, wow, you're going to have a baby in this time and this period. And the woman saw the baby coming. She was pregnant and she delivered the baby. When the baby was growing, one day the baby fell ill in the hands of his father. And the father sent the baby home by the mother to take care of the baby. And suddenly the baby died. The baby died. The woman cried that time. She cried. After crying, she wiped her tears. She put a mood of happiness. She came out of the house. They never always see her with a child. That day they didn't see her with the child. She was happy. They asked her, is everything okay? She said, it is well with my soul. Lord have mercy. She walked to the husband to ask for a ride. And the husband asked her, it is well with our son. The woman the wife said to the husband, it is well, everything is okay. And she rode to the prophet in the Mount Carmel. And when the prophet saw her and sent his servant, and the servant asked her, is it everything okay? She said, it is well. And I want to see the prophet. And when the woman ran to the prophet, she held the prophet's feet. This is emotional to me when I'm thinking about the story. And the prophet says, she has too much pain in her heart. And the prophet asked her, what's going on? The woman says, I didn't ask for the child. You are the one who gave me this child by your prophecy. The child that you gave me is no more. The child is no more. And the prophet stood up and went fast where the child was. My God. You know where the child was? The child was laying on the bed of the prophet. He was sleeping there, dead. My God. My God, can I say to you these things again? And the prophet started praying for the child. The prophet started praying and claiming the spirit of the child up until the child came to life. And the woman gave praise to God because she believed that the answer was in the hands of God. I came to tell someone today, regardless your situation, it doesn't cost you to say, it is well with my soul, because man will never change your situation. The one who created you is the one who can change your situation. Run unto him. Oh, it's another day I'm going to speak about the story. I'm going to tell you more about the story. Do not depend on situation. Do not let your mood depend on your situation, because if you are stressed, you get sick. If you are stressed, things will never be okay. Even if that woman disappointed you, even if that man disappointed you, even if things are not okay, stand up as a lion says, everything will be all right. Everything will be all right. You are not saying it because you want to please someone. Because when you say, I'm not okay, you want to please people. But now say, I'm fine. I'm good standing. Because you don't want to please someone. Listen to me. When God came to Abraham, his name was Abraham. And God, the Lord, came to him. He says, your name will never be Abraham again, will be Abraham, father of multitude. The first thing that the Lord started working on him was his name, how they call him, how people call him. But when people were looking at him, they said to him, your name is Abraham? You say you are father of multitude, you don't have even a child. They can laugh at him. But he trusted what the Lord said to him. Let me explain to you today. What you speak out will come out. What you speak out always will haunt you. If you speak bad things, those bad things will haunt you. There's a reason Abraham, his name was changed to Abraham, because the Lord wanted what is confessing every day will haunt him. And after years, Abraham, who was calling to himself Abraham, became the father of multitude. It's not about man. Do not mind them even if they criticize you. Do not mind them to criticize you. I came to tell someone today, you'll never stop a bird to shit on you because the bird is on top. You'll never stop them to talk anything they want to say about you. What you need, be positive. Be positive. There's no food at home. Say, it is well, I'm going to have a food. Even if you don't see it with your eyes, believe it. Don't depend on what you see. Don't depend on what you hear. Depend on your inside. Your situations mustn't make you depend on it. Depend on your belief. What do you believe? As long as you believe you can make it, and if you mean it inside of you, you're going to make it. If you don't believe that you can make it, regardless of what, you'll never make it. Remove that face of sorrows. Remove that face of disappointment. Remove that face of unhappiness. Remove that face of misery. You move that face always claiming for help. Now put a new face now. Face of victory. First a face of more than a conqueror. Remove a face of defeat. Put a face of an undefeated person, of a victorious person. This is more important for you than anything. You are not doing it for people. You are doing it for you. Did you get me? This is your friend Oreb Uyanga Kwaben. We are here to teach you. I'm a preacher. I'm a speaker of the heart. I'm not here to motivate you. I'm here to show you value. Let me talk this way. If you are a teacher employed by the government, this teacher has a program given by the government. If you are teaching, for example, mathematics sciences, you have a program of a certain level, and you know the level of mathematics science you can teach of primary school and secondary school on grade 1, grade 2, grade 3. You're not going to teach the same thing. You teach different thing. You understand? Because the level require a certain level of understanding, a certain level of information you need to give to people. At the end of the year, the government will access your book. They will check by your principal every time you are teaching, what are you teaching? And they will sign. The principal will sign to say, I agree with you with what you are teaching. And the next teacher of the next grade, when they see the child, they're going to ask them questions according what they learn from you in mathematics sciences. And when they see you taught well, they will be pleased that they receive something good from you. You are a good teacher. You get me? So a teacher gets someone from point 0 to a certain point X. You get me? So now ask yourself, since you are going to that place, since you are a member of a certain organization, where you were and where you are right now, is it any progress? It doesn't make sense for me. You started going to that church long time and you still don't see a change in your life. in a certain department, in a certain area. You know, I'm very shocked. I seen this man of God is preaching to them. Because you gave the seed, you're gonna buy a car. You're gonna buy a car this December. Before this year finish, you're gonna have a car. Don't ask me how. It's like Mary asking the angel how I'm going to be pregnant. I said to myself, wow, this is what we are teaching people. They're going to have a magic car appearing from nowhere. Listen to me. It's a mistake when someone teach you what, doesn't teach you how and where and when. You're going to get it. Doesn't give you answers of that. So how are you teaching me that I'm going to have a fish, but I don't know how and where to get a fish? And you say to me, I'm going to get a fish. Doesn't make sense. You are telling me I'm going to get a car and I don't know where, how, and when. And as soon as I buy a car, you say, I prophesy on you, you're going to get a car. No, that's not serious, man. And what other people do, they didn't have a car. You tell them they don't have faith. No, that isn't serious. A man of God, a church member, need to understand from a man of God that I was in the point zero, now I'm in point X. There must be a growth. If you don't see a growth, you are not in the right place. I'm telling you, the church must be able to take you from point A to point Z. If they are not taking you there, that's not